Hello, welcome back. A few videos ago we talked about pitch and experimenting with pitch so that your gun would recoil straight back instead of going up or down the barrels and making the gun more comfortable to shoot. So I experimented with the felt pads at the back and I thought it was okay. So I ordered from Beretta a shim pad. And a shim pad, I've already put it on. You buy the shim pad, and it's 5mm. The one that I bought is 5mm at the top, and it tapers down to almost zero. So it's 5mm at the top, and it tapers down to almost zero. So it's like a wedge, but it comes bigger than the stock. So it pokes out about 1/4 of an inch on the sides and on the top. So you've got to take off the butt pad, the recoil pad, trace the shim pad with a pencil, trace the butt with a pencil on the shim pad, and then with a knife, you need to carefully trim. This is the knife I used, and it's made of plastic. And with a knife, you carefully take your time, and when you get close to the pencil line, and you've got the rough shape of your stock, then you use very fine sandpaper, and you rub it on the sandpaper until you get it nice and smooth. So I've added a positive shim pad to my stock, and so you can hardly see it that it's on. And so there it is. It's next to the wood, 5mm there, and almost zero. But you can hardly see it. If you sand it nicely, you can't even see the shim pad. You can see it there, and it's a darker black. Okay, so you've got to take your time. It takes about half an hour to cut it with a knife and sand it and everything else, and then put the butt pad back on. So what I'm hoping is that and I'm going to try it out tomorrow. What I'm hoping is that when I shoot, when I mount my gun and I shoot, there's no space here in my body now, so that when I fire, the gun won't go up because I've added positive pitch, and so with the extra 5mm here at the top, it should, I hope, stop the gun from going up. So we'll see tomorrow. But experiment, like I said, with a shim pad. They're not very expensive, and they do take about half an hour to sand down and put on. But it's worth experimenting if it makes the gun more comfortable to shoot. So that's shim pads for your stock in order to change the pitch. You can get positive shim pads like mine, which is at the top, thicker at the top. You can get negative shim pads that go at the bottom, and they're thicker at the bottom and thinner at the top. So there you go, shim pads to adjust the pitch of your gun. Thank you for watching. Stay well and happy shooting, and I'll see you next time.